Oh my god. I don't think I watched this on stream yesterday. There was some Hasan tweet that triggered the out of me. I hate this guy. I hate this piece of
For the first 9 months of this administration, every single person in our immediate vicinity, in the space that we occupy, were so terrified of saying something because they were fearful of the repercussions. This created an environment.
This is all a lie, by the way. He's trying to sell this idea that all of these streamers at Twitch, I think the issue is he's feeling pressured because he has no more allies on the Twitch streamer side. Obviously, the staff and everybody are still massive Hasan simps. But on the streamer side, nobody really gives a about Lil Bro anymore, right? OTK, I think, is largely kind of doing their own thing. All of his friends don't really stream with him. He doesn't play games as much. He's like kind of veered off into the politics world a lot. Asmongold is now the largest politics streamer on Twitch, and then he gets a lot of flack via the Asmongold community, and then LSF is completely lost to him now because my community will always hate him. XQC's community is probably always going to hate him, and now the larger Asmongold community will always fucking hate him. So I think he's just like, he keeps selling this idea of like all these people it's like the Trump thing. Oh, trust me, all these people tell me this thing. I can't tell you any of their names, but all these people behind the scenes are ready to fight. They're ready to come out, guys, but they're feeling the pressure. He's like trying to signal to his audience to like, you know, give these people props or encourage them to join the fight. But the reality is, like, Lil Bro, no one cares. No one gives a fuck about this shit on Twitch. They just want to stream and do their thing. Extra Emily and, you know, fucking Valkyrie and Pokemon are not like, oh God, like I'm so ready to join the political fight, but I'm so scared of Republicans. Like these people just don't care that much.
Or immediate vicinity, in the space that we occupy, were so fucking terrified of saying something because they were fearful of the repercussions. This created an environment where only right-wing voices were heard. That's what,
like, if what Hasan is saying is true, it's only true to the extent that the only fear that's been created in these spaces comes from left-wingers. Because the fear is that if you talk about anything that's not Israel-Palestine and you don't have the maximalist position that every Israeli should be, then you're fucked. You have absolutely nothing to contribute to the zone. So insofar as anybody's scared to say anything at all, it's because people like Hasan push the most important topic, something that very few Americans even care that much about, is the maximalist position on fucking Israel-Palestine. So if this even is an issue, he has nobody but himself to blame on this.
I was fucking out here 1v25ing motherfuckers because the only people that spoke were right-wingers that said, this is all awesome.
I don't know who he thinks he's 1v25ing. Motherfucker won't even 1v1 conservatives in debates. Like, this guy's a pussy. This guy will not have a confrontational conversation with anybody. So I don't know where this, like, delusional fantasy comes from, but...
ICE deportations, sign me up. I'm going to do fucking Pokemon hunts. And anyone that spoke out at that time would be pushed aside, would be fought back against, would get doxxed, would get fucking harassed endlessly. So it would get doxxed, be pushed aside, would be fought back against, would get doxxed, would get fucking harassed endlessly.
Like, that's what you do, Lil Bro. And you did it to liberals. You're the one that watched the Bad Empanada videos doxing everybody on the left. You're the one that watched Bad Empanada read through the Progressive Victory FEC findings to dox every single liberal on Twitch. That was you, Lil Bro. That was literally all you.
So it created an asymmetry. You didn't get to hear, for the apolitical people on the outside looking in, it created this false sense of security and a false sense of popularity for right-wing ideals and right-wing values. I tried behind closed doors to talk to people, to say, look, you guys have to say something. I know you don't agree with the...
Begging people, please, can you please cover me publicly? Asmongold is crushing me in viewership. I'm like getting so ass pained by this. Please, please, please do more political streams with me.
Shit, you have to fucking say something. They didn't because they were worried. I don't...
Like, they're not worried about Asmongold. Like, do people even complain that much on Twitch? I don't even know who does politics there. But even me, I get a lot of like homophobic shit from Asmon's audience whenever like Awk tweets about me, but I don't know if they like harass and dox me. That's always been like KF and then like all the weirdo fucking lefties that are obsessed with me. Like, I feel like the most active, like, violent community right now, at least in my particular political sphere, are my Kiwi farmer people and then all the lefties that support them.
I don't fault those people for being fearful. The expectation is not... The expectation from me was never going to be for those people to just like put themselves in the fucking crosshairs in the line of fire. But we are here now. So find that courage within you.
You're such a fucking loser, dude.
If you're watching, if you're a content creator, if you're an artist,
Wasn't this dude's dad a rich stockbroker and he claimed to have come from poor and dirt? Bro, this guy's family was fucking loaded. I didn't go through all the streams, I'm lazy, but somebody sent me his mom's like fucking blog from when she was younger. And his mom like traveled the world. It's like she was gonna be like a fashion model or some shit, and had multiple houses like all over the world. It's just like his family was like fucking insanely loaded. It was crazy. I don't know if they were like, it wouldn't be royalty. I have no idea.
Find that courage within you now, because we do have the numbers.
His dad was VP at the biggest company in Turkey. Yeah, but I don't think it was just his dad. I think his mom comes from like an extremely wealthy background as well. I think his whole family is like insanely wealthy.
My understanding is in the last 24 hours, you locked the accounts and shut down the accounts of two guys, Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones. They have big followings on the American right. I think it's better if you just unlock those accounts and let the guys be heard. And I say this not because I'm some particular fan or vice versa. At least one of them, Nick, is probably not a particularly big fan of mine. No more than Jimmy Kimmel is, by the way, for very different reasons. That's beside the point. It doesn't matter. The reason I'm asking you to do it is that nice. Censorship isn't good for America. It's antithetical to our culture. And we're the country on God's green earth where we're able to talk to each other.
Is Vivek as bad as Trump, though? He seems slimy, but if he's still following Democratic norms, he might be an improvement. I think one of the big issues that you have, I'm trying to think if this might apply to the Democrats too, maybe. One of the big issues you have with Republicans is the fact that they'll go along with anything. Like, that just can't be. We should expect more leadership from our leaders, I think. Yeah, I don't know.
Each other in the open. And I want to credit YouTube and Google and your parent company and so much of your competitors in Silicon Valley for creating the first instance of the free and open internet with search engines. It's a beautiful thing for democratizing speech. But I think we take a step in the wrong direction when we choke those same technologies that allow us to access open debate and open ideas. It breeds discontent. It breeds frustration. It actually breeds mistrust. If you tell people they can't speak, that's when they scream. And if you tell people they can't scream, that's when they tear things down. So I think free speech is a precondition for peace. It's a precondition for the scientific method. It's a precondition for our shared unity, our shared national identity as Americans. Now, I can understand why you might think that certain types of speech or certain things that are said that are hurtful to other people or that may spread misinformation or may they count as violent or dangerous threats shouldn't be allowed on your platform. I personally take a broad view of what type of speech is an expression of an opinion that's protected, but that's a separate discussion about whether somebody says a particular thing that you think doesn't belong on your platform. That's one category of speech moderation. There's a different category of saying that you may demonetize.
I think like one of the biggest indicators of whether or not our like democracy will ever recover is going to be if we ever have like better discussions on freedom of speech, because the discussions of just like everybody should be able to scream at each other, like everybody should be able to scream into the void, and that's going to produce the best system, is such a naive, retarded childlike view of speech, because even children aren't that fucking retarded. When we recover from the sickness where a whole bunch of snake oil salesmen and peddlers of lies and disinformation are forced to actually have conversations and are forced to actually have like open debate and dialogue and stuff, and not just create these weird echo chambers where they can just lie with impunity on their own platforms, I think maybe that would advance us more. But the CDC is being forced to get rid of studies that oppose the Trump agenda. Look at the note on the top of this study. Per a court order, Health and Human Services is required to restore this website as of 11:59 p.m. February 11th, 2025. Any information on this page promoting gender ideology is extremely inaccurate and disconnected from the immutable biological reality. There are two sexes, male and female. This phrase right here is anti-philosophical and anti-scientific. This is just like a politically loaded phrase. The Trump administration rejects rejects gender ideology and condemns the harms it causes to children by promoting their chemical and surgical mutilation, and to women by depriving them of their dignity, safety, well-being, and opportunities. This page does not reflect biological reality, and therefore the administration and this department rejects it. What a weird thing to have on a CDC page, but okay.
Under the previous administration, a review panel was convened to determine whether soldiers awarded the Medal of Honor for their actions at the Battle of Wounded Knee should keep their medals. Now, upon deliberation, that panel concluded that these brave soldiers should, in fact, rightfully keep their medals from actions in 1890. The report was concluded in October of 2024. Yet, despite this clear recommendation, former Secretary Lloyd Austin, for whatever reason, I think we know, he was more interested in being politically correct than historically correct, chose not to make a final decision. Such careless inaction has allowed for their distinguished recognition to remain in limbo until now. Under my direction, we're making it clear without hesitation that the soldiers who fought in the Battle of Wounded Knee in 1890 will keep their medals, and we're making it clear that they deserve those medals. This decision is now final, and their place in our nation's history is no longer up for debate. We salute their memory, we honor their service, and we will never forget what they did.
Okay. I think apparently this was a battle in 1890, I guess, where we were trying to disarm a bunch of natives and then basically ended up killing a whole bunch of them. Up to 300 Lakota people were killed and 51 wounded. 25 U.S. soldiers were killed and 39 were wounded. 19 soldiers were awarded the Medal of Honor. So brave. Epic. Yeah, nobody's alive from that battle anymore, but...